Good evening, you're watching Brass-tacks. I'm Zakir Jacob. On the final day of the AI Impact Summit in Delhi, the whole show got hijacked by a bunch of idiotic Youth Congress supporters who indulged in a shirtless protest amid slogans of compromised Prime Minister. Now, this was an utterly senseless thing to do, especially as this was a global platform where India's AI capabilities were being showcased. Now, instead, it turned into an entire jamboree, a stage for domestic political tamasha. Politics, yes, has a certain time, has a certain place, and a certain context. It cannot ever come at the cost of the country's image. The BJP hit back against this, saying that this is Congress's model of anarchy and anti-India hate led by Rahul Gandhi. The question is, why go to this extent? Yes, you can have whatever political rivalry and problems you have with the Modi government. You can criticize the government's lack of organization when it comes to the initial day of how the AI summit was handled, the crowds, etc. But this, simply using this for a clown show, does the Congress owe the entire country an apology?
आज इंडियन यूथ कांग्रेस ने नौजवानों के रोष, उनके गुस्से को एक शांतिपूर्ण प्रोटेस्ट के माध्यम से दर्ज कराया एआई समिट के इवेंट पर। तब से बड़ा हाहाकार मचा हुआ है। एक कॉम्प्रोमाइज प्राइम मिनिस्टर का जो इंसेंटिवाइज्ड मीडिया है वो शुरू हो गया साहब। बहुत गलत जगह प्रोटेस्ट कर दिया, देश की बदनामी हो गई। प्रोटेस्ट वहां नहीं करना चाहिए। प्रोटेस्ट कहां करना चाहिए जनाब? किसी की बेसमेंट में जाकर प्रोटेस्ट करें। प्रोटेस्ट वहीं होता है जहां लोगों को दिखता है। प्रोटेस्ट वहीं होता है जहां मीडिया के कैमरा होते हैं। प्रोटेस्ट और कहां होगा? संसद में हम बोलें तो लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन राहुल गांधी देश के लिए सबसे बड़ा खतरा है। 25 सांसदों को आप बाहर कर देते हैं। हम सड़क पर आए तो हम राष्ट्र विरोधी हैं। हम कहां बोलें?
So this shirtless stir, and frankly it was a senseless stir, this is only the latest in a series of attacks by the Congress against India's story. Now, earlier, following the controversy over the robo-dog, the Congress called it an attempt to push Chinese products as indigenous innovations by the government. The party also targeted the government for the alleged chaos and the mismanagement that happened on the first day of the AI summit. It even accused the government of strangling India's AI potential and basically taking away all of India's data, the data of Indians, and then giving it to the United States. Let's listen into some political reactions. Naturally, you know, the BJP, a lot of the leaders and ministers of the BJP have attacked the Congress and attacked this absolutely brainless thing or harebrained thing that some of these youth Congress workers have indulged in. What is worse is, instead of apologizing, they've actually doubled down and said, where else do we go and protest? Well, certainly there are better places to take off your shirt, not at the summit of a global AI impact venue.
कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ताओं ने एआई समिट में कपड़े नहीं उतारे, कांग्रेस को नंगा किया है। कांग्रेस का असली चेहरा देश के सामने आ गया है। तो वो चेहरा है एआई, मतलब अगेंस्ट इंडिया।
अगर कांग्रेस अपने केवल उसी माइंडसेट में रहेगी जब कि उन्हें हर चीज में विघ्न डालना है, तो भगवान बचाए उन्हें।
ये कांग्रेस का अहंकार और साथ साथ उनकी निराशा का प्रतीक है। उनसे बर्दाश्त नहीं हो रहा है कि देश की जनता ने तीसरी बार माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को देश की कमान संभालने के लिए दी और उनके नेतृत्व में देश कैसे तेजी से प्रगति भी कर रहा है, विकास भी कर रहा है और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय पटल पर भारत का वर्चस्व बढ़ते जा रहा है। एक तरीके से देखो तो कांग्रेस भारत के विकास को चोक करने में लगी हुई है।
All right, I want to go across for a straight face-off on this. Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP, is joining us. Mahima Singh is spokesperson of the Congress. Mahima Singh, what is the logic or the rationale or the sense of doing what the Youth Congress workers did today and then expressing absolutely zero remorse about it? I mean, what were they even trying to highlight?
Jai Hind. Zaka, it was a protest and we are a democratic country. And when protests are not registered, when questions are not registered on the floor of the parliament, when the questions are not answered and continuously evaded by the government of the day, then of course, eventually these protests will reach places where the government, there has been an insult to the to our beloved country. Well, India is insulted, I must tell you. When India is insulted, when our prime minister and his cabinet is featured in Epstein files. We are insulted when a forbidden, a banned documentary is screened in Australian Parliament, that too with a discussion, panel discussion with whose daughter, Sanjeev Bhatt's daughter, a wrongfully incarcerated IPS of the Parliament. So this government that has been bringing shame in countries also insulted when the Prime Minister Modi keeps on running away from stages where Trump is coming.
But
And then the
Maimaji,
US
tell me, the country has not been insulted by what the Youth Congress workers did today. That's kosher. Country has been made proud by what they did today.
Zaka, why was the occasion for such a protest compared by the government of the day? If the answers would have been given about the India-US deal by this government on the floor of the parliament, probably it would not
So
trickle
what
down to
questions about the India-US deal were these young men trying to ask?
I want to ask you a simple question in return, Zakka. Did you do a show on the video that came out yesterday of a Karni Sena, supposedly Om Birla supporter, where he's threatening कि राहुल गांधी के घर में घुस के मारेंगे?
We did a story. We did a story. No, one second. We did a story. We did a story. But that's not the point. The point is, what has come out of this? I can't understand. I can't wrap my head around. What were they even thinking? What were they even trying to do? Charu Pragya, you have said this is the typical anarchist mindset of the Congress party, anti-India, so on and so forth. Now, on day 2, it was the robo-dog. On the final day, it's this. I mean, ultimately, net, who's the loser? The losers are the people who actually wanted to genuinely benefit and learn from AI and use this as an opportunity to learn AI and to showcase Indian AI models, etc. They are the ones who've lost out.
Absolutely, Zaka, and you are so right when you say that. So when a fiasco happens, our minister comes and talks about it, owns it. But what is the Congress party trying to do? The AI Impact Summit was India's win. Indian innovators have put their life's work on display for the world to see. And this the world wanted to see. That is exactly why more than 100 countries decided to participate in this. 20 heads of states were there. More than 500 CEO and come and see all the brilliance that was at display. And today, when Congress decided to showcase their hooliganism, who kicked them out? It was the participants. They were not BJP workers, madam. They were Indians who were proud to tell the world that they are becoming tech giants. It was Indians who were showcasing their talent to the world, and the world was learning. We were talking about innovative AI. We were talking about inclusive AI. We actually showed off systems that we have built. And what did you do? What did you do? And I really don't understand how can you sit here and defend half-naked, middle-aged men parading around, jumping around. You're defending it. And what is your target audience, madam? What eyeballs are you trying to grab? Because if it is Indians you're trying to impress, they dislike you, if it is possible, even more for this. You've been kept out of government for 3 years.
Maima Singh,
Can I say
again,
one more thing?
I want to come back. I want to come back to this whole point about I for the life of me cannot understand what they were thinking, what they were trying to achieve. Go ahead and protest. Nobody is saying don't protest. No, one second, ma'am, one second. Go ahead and protest at Ramlila Maidan, protest in Jantar Mantar, protest in Parliament every day. For the MPs who were thrown out or MPs who were suspended, every day parliamentarians were protesting at Makar Dwar and was covered by the media. This is borderline, not just buffoonery, this is obnoxious. What are you trying to achieve?
Zaka, for all the regard I hold for your revered resource, and I think all your viewers revere you for the wisdom that you embody, I am quite appalled that you are not able to wrap your head around this When I have raised the point that the questions are not registered in the parliament, the government continues to evade them. But you can wrap your head
actually
around
not. Can
a
I please
BJP
respond to
worker, a
that?
Karni Sena worker, threatening Rahul Gandhi, looking in the eye, honorable leader of opposition, looking him in the eye and saying, "Tu,
Can I just
tu
come
bach
in,
ke reh,
please?
tu agar dobara karega to," that is what he is
No,
saying.
no one is
He is
condoning
warning
that.
him.
No one is
No
justifying
one is.
that.
But
I did
can
not,
I
But
come
I
in,
did
but
please,
not
but
Aka?
see
can
you
can
use
can you
such
can you
strong words
please
yesterday, Zaka. That is
give
my
me
point.
a one-line reasoning for what was going on here? Who are these people? And I mean, it's shameful, frankly. I mean,
Zaka,
it's shameful to the Congress party.
Zaka,
Forget
I
about
simply
shameful to
want to
India,
know.
shameful to the AI
I
summit.
simply want to know, Zaka, did you raise the question in such strong words, with
If
such strong words,
if
when
if
Ashwini Vaishnav, please, please allow me to
and let's face it, I mean,
allow me to complete
I
my
have
question.
issues
When Ashwini Vaishnav
with the
tweeted the
manner in
Robo
which
Dog
no, no,
fiasco,
once again, where the manner
taking
in
pride
which
in it, no,
it was
Zaka,
organized
allow
on
me
the
to
first
complete my
day. A lot of
question.
people were inconvenienced. Then this whole RoboDog fiasco. So I have a lot of issues with the way in which
No,
this was organized.
raise the
And we
question
did
in
shows
such
on it, by the
strong
way.
words?
Mahima Singh, we did shows on it. Your colleagues were part of those shows.
I did not
But
hear such strong words from
I
you. That's
can't
what
for
I'm
the
saying.
life of me, I can't for the life of me
I
understand
can't for the
how the
life of you
Congress party
understand. Why would you
benefits
not know?
by a
No, Zaka,
few half-naked, middle-aged
your
men
words are
with their
biased.
pot bellies coming
Your
there
words are.
and standing there like rank clowns.
Let the government answer the questions in the parliament so the people will not have to resort to places where the notice will be taken. And Zaka, I did not hear your questions in such strong words pertaining to those questions which were raised
Ma'am,
by Ashwini Vaishnav's
please ask your
tweet.
colleagues who were there
Ashwini
2 nights
Vaishnav's
ago on the
tweet.
show. There was a representative from the Congress, there was a representative from the BJP. So please, I'll be happy to
You
share the
would have
clip
done
of
a
that
show.
show.
No,
Yeah.
I'm happy. You would have done a show,
Can
but
I
such
come in,
strong words
Zaka?
we did not
No,
hear.
no,
Is what I'm saying.
I absolutely hauled up the BJP spokesperson that night and said, I mean, you got to be kidding me for inviting a completely, a fake university with a fake robo-dog imported from China, bought on God knows Amazon for whatever $250 and then passing it off as some AI innovation. I absolutely questioned the government and the organizers on that. So let's not
Very
please,
well.
no,
Very
let's not
well.
please
Then
equivocate
question
here.
them today.
But
Then question
no,
them today. Why are the questions
today you have to answer, ma'am. What is this? What is this nonsense that your youth Congress
I have-
workers
I've-
were trying to pull
I
off?
think-
I can't understand. And if
I
you
think, Zaka,
think the Congress is benefited or better served by folks like this and by actions like this,
Zaka,
then
it is
what
not
can we
merely-
say? What can we say? I mean, the people of
Zaka,
India are
can I-
watching this and they will decide. Yes, Charu Pragya. But Charu Pragya, you also owe answers to the lack of organization on day one, this whole fiasco around the robo-dog, and ultimately net, what has come out of it? A lot of investment pledges have come, but ultimately how does this change the life of the ordinary Indian? You need to answer these questions.
No, absolutely, Zaka, and we have been answering that. See, maybe Mahima has not been watching television or following the narrative, but the government has
I have
talked
been
about
watching
every
debates where
single
BJP
question that
spokespersons
you
were not even
have.
present.
Ma'am, one at a
Zaka,
time, please.
can I
One at a
speak,
time.
please?
Yeah, one
Can
at a
I
time.
speak,
Yeah.
please? For a very long time, India has been the country which has shown to the world that we can build digital public infrastructure which can serve 150 crore Indians. Whether we are talking about Aadhaar, whether we are talking about UPI, whether we are talking about even Digi Yatra. Most recently, we have showcased Sarvam AI, Bhashini, Krutim, AI for Bharat. We have AI cancer detection now, indigenous drones, which were even a part of Operation Sindoor. Every single achievement of our country would have only been the focus of everything today if Congress decided to not do this. Two quick points I want to make here. One, Madam, are you endorsing men taking their clothes off? So is that how you grab attention? Take your shirt off and parade around half naked? You're endorsing it actually, because I didn't hear any word about it. Not one word. And the second thing is, you were literally kicked out of the premise by a normal, average Indian participant to the AI summit who stood there to not just showcase his work, but also to gain from this summit. Those two are very straight questions to you. I did not come there. BJP did not come there to kick out your hooligans. It was the participants. And at the end of the
Okay.
day, you are actually endorsing
So-
men taking their shirts off. It
So
was cheap.
Maima saying,
it was pathetic.
I would imagine, okay, if the Congress party felt, okay, these were a bunch of, elements who you don't necessarily ascribe to or subscribe to. Okay, you're distancing yourself from them. But no, you're doubling down. In fact, you're owning it. There's not a hint of remorse or apology
So next
or
time
even
we should expect
attempt
that
to
when Congress has
distance,
to lodge a protest, you'll all
from
take your
this kind
clothes
of
off. That's the way you operate now.
public display of, I don't even know what this is. I mean, how do we even put this into words?
Let me tell you. Let me
Yeah,
tell
I'm
you.
afraid they'll
we
all start
absolutely
taking their clothes off.
Yes,
let
Mahima
her
Singh.
walk the talk. Let her walk the talk. I mean, we've learned some little bit of indiscipline from them. Now let them walk the talk and show us
No,
that
but
they can
Mahima,
also
just
observe
answer
discipline.
this one straight
Let
question.
me,
Taking off
Zaka,
clothes and
allow me.
endorsing.
You
Yeah,
have asked me to
okay,
answer
Mahima
that
Singh,
one.
answer the
That's
question.
what-
Yes, Mahima
But
Singh,
Zaka,
yes.
That's
make
what-
sure she
that's
answers
what.
that.
Yeah.
Why
Let
endorsing?
her. Yeah.
I have already, you want to, your question, Zaka, is valid and should also,
shorts off.
Yeah. Go on. Yeah, go on.
I assume you have asked the question of me,
Yes, go on. Yes,
and
go
I
on.
assume the BJP spokesperson will walk the talk.
Yeah, go on.
Becca,
We're
the
waiting
simple
for your
point
answer.
is simple point is about the half naked protest that you're talking about. I was just trying to pull out, and maybe in the meantime I'll share it with your team, the visuals and the images of BJP leaders, tall leaders during Dr. Manmohan Singh's time, putting up half naked protests, and even beyond that. I'll share that. You can put it on your next story maybe. But let me just say, I have answered your question up front, right in the beginning, that we have no regret at all. Why? Because Indian citizens are being compelled to resort to all sorts of ways of protest, peaceful protest, of course.
So what about
because
those
this
Indian
government
citizens?
just doesn't listen.
No, so
This
what
is a
about
deaf
those
and
Indian
blind
citizens,
government.
ma'am? What about
How
those
do you
Indian
make a
citizens
deaf and
in
blind
that
government
video who are confronting them and throwing them out?
How do you defend? Of course, I mean, you see, we know that there
Can
is
you
a.
just address these two
We
questions?
know who are
You endorse them
sanctioned,
being half
who are
naked,
sanctioned
and
stalls
second,
in
Indian
those
citizens kick
summits.
you out and you're okay.
Zaka, you have asked
What is your target audience?
Charu, let her respond. You've asked a question, let her
Want me
respond to it.
answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zaka, the point is a deaf and blind government ought to, be compelled. And when they were compelled to answer, when they continue to evade Indian citizens, which of course you are saying those are also Indian citizens, then would you deny that these are Indian citizens? And these are Indian citizens who have the guts to question the government of the day. Those sitting
Ma'am,
there,
you can question the government of the day
people
using
who were-
1,000 platforms or 1,000
Yes,
memes.
yes, we try.
Taking
Day in, day
your
out.
shirt off at a global AI summit is the last
Zaka,
thing as
Zaka,
an advertisement or an
add
example of questioning the government. Come on, ma'am, please.
Can I
The
just
people of the
say
country are
something,
watching.
I am sure.
Let's not
I am
ridicule
sure-
their intelligence,
I am
please.
sure you
Yes,
saw
please. Zaka, can I just add
100
one more thing? And I've
you
heard this
saw,
on
Zaka,
several debates this
1,000
evening
questions
from
that
all
were put
Congress
out on our social
spokespersons.
media
Charu
handles.
Pragya, yeah.
Again and again, Congress says that these are Indian citizens lodging their protest because they're questioning the government. There's a mechanism, a constitutional mechanism to question the
And the
government.
BJP will tell
There
us
is the parliament where your
And the
leader
BJP
could
will
have
just-
chosen to speak about issues that
No, but
matter to this.
they say that you don't let their leader speak.
No, absolutely
He brings
not,
up
Zaka.
a former
Can
army
I-
chief's book. He's denied to speak. He brings up the US deal. You deny him to speak. That's what they're
No,
saying.
not at all,
Pollution,
Zaka. Now
he's
these are
denying
issues.
speak.
Can
Pollution,
Yeah, let
rape,
Charu now respond.
he's
My
denying
Maggie,
you
please.
And again, see, Zaka, I do not want to get into debates of the past because at the end of the day, the army chief himself has said the book is not published. You want to quote an unpublished source and then pretend everything is, perfect in your paradise, then something's really wrong with you. The point here is, which Mahima has still not answered, is that one, there is a place where you lodge this kind of a protest. There is a mechanism in place. People have chosen their representatives, sent them to parliament for this very reason. This country has chosen the Bharatiya Janata Party, the NDA, to lead. Why can you not respectfully accept that? And again, the way to lodge a protest when 100 countries are visiting yours. Atiti Devo Bhava bolte hain na hamare culture mein. Instead of following the dictum of Atiti Devo Bhava, you want to let men take off their shirts and endorse it on national television,
Okay.
and you think there's absolutely nothing wrong. The
I'll
citizens
leave
who
it at
kick
that.
you out will never vote you in.
Like I
Will
said,
never
I
vote
mean,
you in.
I can't think of a possible good enough reason for why this was even thought of as an idea. It passed off as an idea, and then it's now being endorsed without a hint of remorse or apology, despite all the chaos and mayhem that it's caused. it's unfortunate that things have come to such a pass, and that the real work of young entrepreneurs who are in the AI field, who are at the cutting edge of AI, and who are using this platform to, showcase their wares or to network with global players, all of that has now been reduced. It started with the crowd mismanagement on day one, then the whole robo-dog fiasco on day two, and then what a culmination on day 3, the final day.